The fluorescent lights of St. Marlowe Memorial hum with a low, persistent buzz. It's 3:17 a.m. This is the hour when the world forgets hospitals exist. But inside these walls, time doesn't sleep. It bleeds, it races, it holds its breath. Tonight, the emergency department is quieter than usual. The rhythmic beeping of monitors, the muffled footsteps of nurses, the occasional cough echoing down sterile corridors. But quiet doesn't mean calm. Quiet is the space where secrets gather, where guilt festers, where lives hang suspended between one heartbeat and the next. In room 4 is a man in his late 50s, pale as the sheets beneath him. His name is Daniel Reeves. He arrived alone, clutching his chest, muttering something about not being ready. His EKG shows signs of a recent heart attack, but his vitals are stable. Still, something about him unsettles the staff. He keeps twisting his wedding ring, his eyes darting toward the door. It's not fear of pain. It's fear of being seen. When asked for a contact number, he said, his voice cracking, "No one needs to know I'm here." Down the hall, in Trauma Bay 2, chaos has just settled into an uneasy stillness. A teenage girl, barely 16, lies unconscious, her face bruised, her arm in a splint. Her name is Maya Chen. She was found on the shoulder of Route 9, thrown from a car that never stopped. No ID, no phone, just a crumpled photograph in her jacket pocket. A black and white image of a woman holding a baby, dated 1987. The ER team worked fast, but for now, she's a ghost with a pulse. And then there's Dr. Elena Vasquez. She's been on shift for 14 hours, her white coat stained with coffee and something darker. She moves with practiced efficiency, but her eyes betray exhaustion and a quiet dread. She treated Daniel Reeves earlier and recognized something in his chart that made her pause. Not a medical issue, a name, a date. 23 years ago, a malpractice suit was filed against St. Marlowe Memorial. A newborn died during delivery. The attending physician, Dr. Richard Vasquez, her father. The case was dismissed, but whispers never die in hospitals. And tonight, Daniel Reeves' chart lists him as next of kin for a patient who died in room 312, on the exact date of that tragic delivery. Coincidence? Elena doesn't believe in those. Meanwhile, Nurse Jamal Carter wheels a crash cart past the nurse's station, his jaw set. He's been here longer than most remember. He knows the weight of silence, the cost of secrets. And he knows Daniel Reeves, not from tonight, from the old neighborhood, before the hospital expanded and turned memories into parking lots. Jamal saw Daniel arguing with a woman outside the ER entrance 2 nights ago. She was crying. He was shouting. Jamal didn't intervene. He told himself it wasn't his business. Now, watching Daniel stare blankly at the ceiling, Jamal wonders if silence can kill just as surely as a stopped heart. Back in Trauma Bay 2, Maya stirs. Her eyelids flutter. A monitor spikes. A nurse leans in close. "Can you hear me? What's your name?" Maya's lips move, but no sound comes. Instead, her fingers twitch toward the photograph still tucked in her pocket. The nurse gently retrieves it, holds it up. Maya's eyes lock onto the image and fill with tears. It's not relief, it's recognition. And grief so deep it seems to pull the air from the room. Security footage reveals something shocking. It shows Maya arriving at the hospital on foot at 2:48 a.m., limping, soaked, glancing over her shoulder as if chased by shadows. She didn't come from the highway. She came from the old maternity wing, abandoned since 2008, its corridors sealed off, its windows boarded. Someone pried open a service door. Footprints in the dust lead to room 312. Room 312. The same room where, 23 years ago, a baby died. The same room where Daniel Reeves' sister passed away from complications after childbirth, alone, because the call button wasn't answered in time. Elena finds herself standing outside room 312 now, drawn by a force she can't name. The door is ajar. Inside, the air is thick with mildew and memory. Moonlight filters through a cracked window, illuminating dust motes dancing like spirits. On the rusted bed frame, someone has left a single white rose. Fresh. Elena's breath catches. She steps inside and freezes. Taped to the wall above the bed is a newspaper clipping from 2001. Local couple loses infant in hospital tragedy. Beneath it, scrawled in red ink, "You knew, you all knew." Suddenly, a code blue blares over the intercom. Daniel Reeves is crashing. Elena sprints back to room 4, her heart pounding. By the time she arrives, the team is already compressing his chest, shouting orders. His eyes are open, wide with terror, not of death, but of something worse. As Elena takes over compressions, she sees it, tucked beneath his pillow, a folded letter addressed to the staff of St. Marlowe Memorial. She doesn't read it. Not yet. But she feels its weight like a stone in her own chest. At the same time, Maya, now conscious and groggy, whispers a name to the nurse. Lillian, the name on the photograph. Her mother, who died 10 years ago. But Maya's file shows she was adopted at birth. No biological records, no trace of a Lillian Chen. Unless Lillian was the woman who died in room 312. Unless Maya came here looking for answers about the mother she never knew, and found a ghost instead. Jamal, overhearing the name, goes pale. He remembers Lillian. Quiet, kind, worked in dietary services. She vanished after her baby died. Some said she couldn't bear to stay in the city. Others said she just dissolved into the hospital's walls. Jamal never told anyone what he saw the night she disappeared. Lillian standing in the old maternity wing, holding an empty bassinet, rocking it like it still held something precious. Now, as Daniel Reeves flatlines despite their efforts, as the monitor wails its final hollow note, Elena finally opens the letter. Her hands shake. The handwriting is unsteady, desperate. To whoever reads this, I came back to say I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, but because I can't carry this anger into whatever comes next. My sister Lillian didn't just lose a baby that night. She lost herself. And I lost her. The hospital buried the truth, but I've carried it like a stone in my gut for 23 years. Tonight I saw a girl who looks just like her. Maybe it's a sign, maybe it's nothing, but if you're reading this, don't let her vanish too. Silence falls over room 4, the kind of silence that follows a storm. Outside, dawn begins to bleed through the windows. Elena walks to Trauma Bay 2, where Maya is watching the sunrise, her face streaked with tears, but her eyes clear. Elena sits beside her, not as a doctor, but as someone who finally understands. Hospitals don't just heal bodies, they hold the weight of every life that passed through their doors. The saved, the lost, the forgotten. And sometimes, the only way to honor the dead is to see the living clearly. In the quiet hum of morning, as the first ambulance of the day wails in the distance, Elena takes Maya's hand. "Tell me about your mother," she says softly. And for the first time in years, someone listens. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If it moved you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you next time.